we're not jealous, by the way, Bomber. We're not jealous at all, are we, Chewy? Not even slightly jealous. No. Not even a little bit jealous. That
this goes in my memory book that Chippy's chosen who he wants to spend his time with. It's not us.
No, we're not jealous at all. Not even a little bit jealous.
Matthew Hooton, Bomber, and convicted fraudster Damien Grant.
Hooton gave some advice to Chippy, and it's interesting. I might not agree with the tactics that he's talking about. You might be surprised, Chewy, but Hooton gave him kind of grubby, horrible backroom tactics. However,
shocking.
However, the tactics would work. So have a listen to this little interaction. I can't remember how long it is. I wrote it down. I'll stop it when I remember to stop it. And this is Chippy's on our video link. Hooton talks to him about what he should do to increase his number in the polls.
We all know that the best way for Labor to get re-elected is to go really negative, to attack Christopher Luxon personally, particularly for his socially conservative views. That'll get you the extra 2% in the polls that you need off more women voters.
It's factual.
And, if I was advising you, I'd say you go after that guy on abortion, contraception, all those things. But I just was thinking this. Bolger was against abortion, and Longy, Moore and Helen Clark never went there. Bill English was against abortion. Jacinda Ardern never used that against Bill English. Will you guarantee that you, as Labour leader, will follow in the footsteps of Longy, Moore, Clark and Ardern and not use Christopher Luxon's conservative views in this campaign?
Christopher Luxon's personal religious views are his personal religious views, and they are his business.
Absolutely.
In reality,
Yes.
since I became Prime Minister, I can tell you that Christopher Luxon, in almost every press conference that he has had, he has attacked me personally.
Yes.
I haven't attacked him.
No, are you going to? Is Labor going to raise those issues during the election campaign?
Terrible.
Like I said, his personal religious views are his personal views.
Oh, yeah.
This clip's not quite finished. I disagree with Chippy because he's influenced by his personal religious views. And that is one of the things that will influence his policy. So I disagree with Chippy. We'll just play this out.
I mean, if anything, it's act play.
It's not a no.
Yeah, that's right. Quick.
I think
Was that a no?
It is a no. It will be inconsistent for the Prime Minister to get back
Quick
on that.
round. Will Labor be above or below 30 on election night? Matthew Hooton.
Yeah, I think they will.
Damien.
Yes, I think that's quick over.
Prime Minister.
Absolutely.
Prime Minister Chris Hipkins, thank you for your time and joining us tonight. Good luck for the election.
And next time we hope to see you in studio.
Thanks,
Wait a
guys.
second, we don't want him knowing where this is. Then the cops will know.
Thank you, Damien, for confidently predicting that next time I'll still be Prime Minister. And I'll come and-
Yes.
So good little zinger there by Chippy at the end. But anyway, so the point being, go after Luxon for his religious beliefs and go dirty. As I said, I don't necessarily agree with the tactics of going dirty, but I do agree it would help Labor in the polls. So what do you do? I don't know. I don't agree that we should leave people's personal beliefs out of politics, because your personal beliefs, your ideology, the core of who you are, and for a religious person, it's the religion, influences and speaks to the kind of policy and stuff you will bring in. I know I've said this before, and actually some people don't like that I did this, but when I had a chance to speak to Don Brash in an interview, we're doing a podcast, me and Jeremy Elwood did one, I asked him straight to his face. He's had multiple infidelities in his marriages plural, and I said to him, how can we, the voters, trust you when the person who is closest to you can't trust you? And to his credit, he said, well, that's a decision that voters will have to actually figure out for themselves. He said it was a fair question, and I think it is. Doesn't mean you attack them for what they believe, but I also think you don't ignore what they believe if it influences who they are, which influences their policy. And I think Christopher Luxon's evangelical views definitely do that, Chewy.
Yeah, I think Hooton's idea of going after him on it is vastly different from the way that Labor or Chippy would do it. There's definitely ways to do it. You go back to the statements that you've made. You can go, hey, look, is Christopher Luxon going to be the Prime Minister for all New Zealanders, no matter what they believe? There's also the fact that his position on abortion is so far removed from the majority of New Zealanders that he doesn't have to say anything about it. Like, he tripped over his own words. He boxed himself in on that interview, and we've all still remembered it. You know, we made great points on it at the time of like, well, what is it? You believe it's murder and you had the power to stop it, but you're not going to, so therefore you're willing to forgive murder. It is just a logic loop.
Yeah, it's pro-murder.
And he's been trying to get that back in the box the whole time.
Yeah.
The other thing, one of our commenters, DIY Guru here, said it's Hooton trying to start a culture war. He's so predictable.
Yeah, because he did say, "Would you?"
Right.
He did say, "Would you commit to? Would you commit to?" So he's looking to make a headline.
Yeah, and it's just culture war, as we've been discussing for like a year now, is an incredible motivator. And when we're talking about last night, people that make up their minds in a couple of weeks leading to an election, and it tends to be an emotive decision, and it tends to be on a button issue for a lot of people. And it could be, you know, who uses bathrooms? Is Winston Peters going to personally inspect my penis so I go in the right room?
The Winky police.
You know, that sort of, when he's Winky police, I assume they'll be deputized, armed, and on the streets within the first 100 days. But it's those sort of feelings that motivate people to vote. It's not necessarily calm and reasoned fact and people sitting down and sort of tallying up who's told the truth and who's told porky pies and what even is financially the best thing for me. Yeah. People don't vote like that. They go, I don't like Team Red. I don't like Team Blue.
Yeah, a portion do. I think some also go, I'm vote. Like, I mean, yeah, no, you're right. But there is, I don't know what the split is, but there will be a portion who do say, I do like this one, so I'll vote for them rather than I don't like the opposing. But yeah, both happen.
You know, there'll be people that'll go, hey, look, I think GST coming off fruit and vegetables is great. Labour. I'm going to vote Labour on that issue because that's been a personal pain point for me. Oh, that's very good, Paul. Winston's diddle detectives. Oh, God. Can you imagine the badge that
is it Toby Manhire? Is it Toby Manhire from the spin-off? Maybe we should send him a note and say, can you do us a thing for that? That's Winston's diddle detectives. The nutsack investigators. New Zealand's first nutsack investigators.
There must be to protect and perv.
Yeah, what color shirts would the Winky police wear? Yeah,
an off pink.
Maybe it would start kind of pinkish at the bottom, and it would go to kind of up around here, around the head, a purplish head or something, kind of pink through a purpley head. Maybe that would be the cover, like a gradient, like what do they call it? What do girls call their hair when it's done? An ombre,
An ombre, yeah. Right? So there we go. We're live workshopping our next t-shirt drop.
Winky police. Maybe we could, but we wouldn't have to be sexist. What the other one would have to be in there as well, wouldn't it? A lady garden inspector and the Winky police.
No, as we've discussed, it's not about that one. It's only one side of the trans debate.
True. That's actually very true.